The Nigerian government has announced it will invite and quiz executives from other cryptocurrency platforms in the country a day after two executives of Binance were held and questioned by the NSA's office. The crackdown on cryptocurrency operations follows an earlier report by the Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit, that's NFIU. The National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, said to be working on the report and has started implementing its recommendations as well.
The NFIU report had indicated the platform as a tool for terrorism financing and other criminal activities which are affecting the Naira and national security. Just over a week ago, the federal government blocked trading on cryptocurrency platforms, asking telcos in the country to block access to their websites. Platforms affected included Binance, OctaFX, and Coinbase. Let's now bring in development economist and investment banker, Dr. Naimeka Obiariri, to share his thoughts on this. Good morning, Mr. Obiariri. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning, Olive. Thanks for having me.
And I think our first question would be, of course, your reactions to the federal government clamping down on cryptocurrency in Nigeria. They have said that billions of Naira have gone through these cryptocurrency organizations without being traced. So do you think that this is a great move, or is this just some trial and error mechanism by the federal government?
It's not just trial and error. It's outrageous. It does not make sense. It does not make sense because the minister for ICT in this same government was all over the place. I'm telling us of how they want to digitize the economy and how they want to adopt blockchain technology and all manner of things. And here we are in the 21st century when the whole world is going digital, banning digital currency, and banning Binance. And interesting thing, Binance is actually one out of 214 other cryptocurrency exchanges. We have OKS, we have Luno, we have many other places. In fact, Binance only has about 9 fiat currency backing. The likes of OKZ and others have about 43 nations whose fiat monies are backing them, and they are very massive. OKZ, for example, has a trading volume of about 3.2 trillion annually. Binance is about $93 trillion dollars annually. And we are here to see, this government should stop playing this kind of funny games and distracting games of, chasing shadows rather than tackling the real issues. For the benefit of our viewers, there is no Nigerian that trades on the Binance platform, either directly in the market or through the P2P market, that does not upload or deposit money in his wallet through his accounts in the deposit money banks. If you want to trace Binance activities, all that the federal government of Nigeria should have done was to go to the central bank to mandate the commercial banks. Nobody opens account at the bank without putting their name, their BVN, and their TIN. And interestingly, we are meant to understand that there are over 28 million accounts in the banking industry that does not have BVN. How in the 21st century a commercial bank will open account, will not do full documentations of the customers when we have so much terrorism in the world? Is what I cannot understand. The truth is, there is no honest investor, there is no honest businessman that will waste his money tying it down in cryptocurrency. Most of the funds they are even looking for, if you trace it actually, a majority of the funds they are talking about must have come from either the political bandits, the political office holders who are looting our FAC and JAC and IGR through their private sector fronts. And that is the truth. See, we must be very careful of the kind of things we want to do. This is a country that is saying that we need foreign direct investment. This is a country that has a global infrastructure master plan that says that we must attract at least $100 billion annually into this economy for capital investment. When we try to shrink the market, when we try to shrink transparency and accountability, when we try to chase shadows, it sends wrong signal to the global investing public. I find this so preposterous. Okay, if you ban Binance, you're only giving opportunities for their competitors to take over the market. You've not banned OKZ that has Naira fiat backing. It is still there. OKZ has Naira fiat backing. You've not banned Luno that has Naira fiat backing. If you close Binance, the same thieves or the same bandits in the political circle with their fronts, you are trying to control. We move on to the other platform. Rather than pursuing shadows, rather than chasing the symptoms, rather than chasing the BDCs and speculators who are running for safety. They should tackle the root cause of the problem.
So what exactly is the root cause now?
That has made Nigerians to have a erosion of confidence on the ability of the government to do the right things.
What exactly is the root cause? Because the average Nigerian is a bit confused as well. It feels like we've been seeing the government trying a few options to stabilize the Naira, and sometimes it's working, sometimes it's not working. You've said they should, quit doing all of this and focus on the root cause. What would you say is the root cause of, where our Naira's instability?
The root cause is the monumental, unhinged, atrocious, brazen, and imperious public sector corruption. Go and check the trajectory. Go and check the movement of forex in the market. Once they collect the FAC and the JAC and the IGR, it's on record that 60% of the public sector loots are laundered either through real estate investment in high-brow areas in Nigeria, or in Dubai, or in London, or in Maryland, or through buying dollars, or moving some of these monies to some of these hidden wallets. Only there is no honest entrepreneur, there is no sincere businessman, or even civil servant. Okay, I want to ask you, from where is this volumes coming? Today, based on statistics, 197 million Nigerians cannot even feed 3 times in a day based on the economic situation. So, cancelled out on this $26 billion they are talking about is 197 million Nigerians. In fact, the people who are fueling this are the political office holders and their cronies. And that is the truth. Working with the cowboys in the banking industry. 90% of the problems we have, 90% of the reasons for price instability is corruption and the insecurity. And these are within the purviews of the physical managers. Whatever Yemi Cardoso is trying to do cannot solve this problem. It will only provide temporary, like we have seen. After they banned Binance, the thing came down to 1,400, and they clapped. Yesterday, it closed at 1,650. Tell me anywhere in the whole world where the currency of an economy moves in such a yo-yo level, so unstable, moving like unstable rivers. It's because we are chasing shadows. We are doing tom-bom in local palace. The truth is, and we know, and they know this truth. But the problem is, some of the recommendations we have shared with them, if they do it, it will impede on their own ability and capacity to loot. And if time will permit me, I will still repeat it again for the opt-in time. Tinubu should send an executive bill to National Assembly. Ban use of dollar cash above $1,000. Once this law is passed and he assents to it, anybody seen with more than $1,000 cash will be arrested, prosecuted, and jailed 2 years without option of fine. There is transparency in the forex market, so people are no longer going to divert their monies on apps. Bring your dollar into the economy. As you're entering into the economy, there are many points where the banks have offices. Go there, exchange your dollar at whatever rate that you agree with them. Put your dollar in your DOM account, sell your dollar or put your DOM account and collect Naira. Transact with that. If you want to buy anything offshore, document it. Go through the documentary letter of credit or the documentary process. CBN can help them to create a digital platform in CBN where this thing can be done in seconds. Fill your form. Let us know what you're going to do with it. If you earn legitimate money in Nigeria, you earn legitimate $10 million, and you want to go and buy a house in Kensington or Highbury in London, good and fine. Fill your form. We'll allow you to take your dollar. But we know if we do this, most of the criminal politicians will not be able to move monies out because they cannot explain the source of the fund. We have asked them to amend the CCB Act all over the world. Politicians declare the assets and liability publicly in an importer, and then you must amend it, you must update it on an annual basis. If you don't want to be transparent, stay away from the public office. And then there should be whistleblowing provisions in the law, the same CCB law. Any Nigerian that blows whistle that helps the recovery of looted assets will receive 20%. even with the security agents that help to prosecute the people. When you do it, all the bankers, the junior bankers that help them to move money and launder money, all the people that help them will become EFC agents because they know, even the policeman that will arrest you and will collect 10 million knows that if he prosecutes you for looting 1 billion, he will share 200 million. Deterrence and intelligence are the base of corruption. But you and I know that if they do this, they will not have dollar to buy delegates to an election. They will not have dollar to bribe electoral officials and compromise the judicial system. And these are the root cause of the problem.
Okay.
When you do this and then you tackle insecurity headlong, Nigerians will go to productive work. Farmers will go back to farm. And this economy within the next 1 year will become so buoyant that we'll be wondering what happened. But the recommendations, which are the altruistic recommendations, will be hard for them to implement because it will practically stop them on their track from looting.
You've made very sane points here, and hopefully they're listening. Let me just put it that way. Hopefully they're listening. But do you recall that there was a central bank digital currency that was created, the Naira? Nobody seems to be talking about that. But you do recall that former CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele did come out with the Naira, which he said was going to actually be in competition with the likes of Binance and the likes of OctaFX and so on. But nobody seems to be talking about the Naira. Is there a deliberate attempt to ensure that a digital currency does not indeed operate in Nigeria? That's my first question to you. And my second question would be, CZ, who happens to be the CEO for Binance, is also going through a lot of court cases in the UK and the United States because of so many reasons, which I'm sure you're also aware of. So is there any way to say that Nigeria is not doing well in prosecuting Binance and, of course, its executives?
It's not if you look at the other countries where they are being prosecuted, look at the cases there and look at the case what we have in Nigeria. In those other countries, the regulation is very strong. In the US, the anti-corruption, anti-money laundering laws in their country are fully implemented. Do you know that if you transfer $10,000 into a US account that is not fully, even if it's fully documented, and they check your transaction history, and they check your turnover over time, and the monies you deposited is out of sync, they will block that account. And they will investigate the source of that fund to the letter. Like that we have in a country where it is being said that millions, not just hundreds of accounts in the banking industry, does not have BVN or NIN or TIN attached to it. It should give you cause for concern. In a world where there is so much terrorism, of course, if we do what we are supposed to, if we have done what we are supposed to do internally, have robust supervision of the banking industry. Even CBN itself has to do in-house cleaning. That house stinks, and they need to do in-house cleaning. If we have done what we are supposed to do, even as we also make suggestions, in the EFCC, there should be a crack team of forensic, a department made up of forensic investigators and the auditors, at least 300. What is their job? Their job should be track all public sector expenses. Once they award contract to a contractor, follow the money. Track the money, because that is what they do. Their usual way of stealing. They will award contracts, they will inflate it by 300%, then the contractor will take the 200% extra and either load it in cryptocurrency, buy dollar or buy property in their name, or in the name of other SPVs they will create, or even use palm wine tapper's name that is insignificant to do it. PFCC and CBN must have separate departments made up of forensic investigators. Their job will be follow the money.
Okay. Well,
when we do this, I tell you, sincerely, deterrence is the best form of anti-corruption fight. When you know that if you steal, just like the Americans are not more honest than Nigerians, but the deterrence is that if you touch public sector money, you must surely go for it. When they know that there is no hiding place, everybody will stay straight. And when there is no hiding place, criminals will stay away from the political space.
All right. Mr. Abiariri, thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with us on the cryptocurrency clamped down by the federal government. We, of course, will be waiting in the coming days. We are sure that we'll have more updates in this regard. And hopefully we start to see a stronger Naira in the coming weeks. Thank you for your time with us.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.